Everything on the nose transferred over. It's that sugary sweetness, and then it has the woodiness in there balancing it out.
I'm envisioning peach rings, those gummies, just soaked in alcohol. Welcome to the channel, bringing a real-world perspective to the real-world whiskey consumer.
I'm Josh.
And I'm Erin.
And welcome to our Wildcard Wednesday videos where we draw a sample, this one today, out of our International Sipping Spirits pool, taste it totally double blind so that we have no idea what's in the glass.
Nope.
That way you get the most honest opinions possible. We love these. They're a ton of fun. Let's get right into it and see what we're working with on the nose on this glass.
All right. Okay.
I like this. This smells great.
It smells sweet, but then also kind of like stinky feet, like I get on American whiskey.
To me, this smells fruity, but I am getting a nice balance here of a little bit of wood. I don't know if it's oak or whatever it is, but whatever this came out of, it had an influence on it, and it smells fantastic.
Well, obviously.
Well, I guess, yeah, that's kind of obvious, but...
It does have an influence, for sure. Yeah, this smells good, I think. I want to taste it.
It smells good, I think. Yeah.
I need to reserve my opinions until I taste it for this one.
The fruitiness I'm getting here is kind of like a little bit of like an apricot-y, peachy type of note.
Yeah.
Kind of underneath the woodiness.
It smells pretty high alcohol. Like I'm getting a lot of alcohol, ethanol smell.
Okay.
Off of the nose.
I'm not getting much of that at all.
I think that might be hampering what I'm getting nose-wise. So I like to sip it and then I'll come back to the nose, and that usually helps.
It's coating the glass like crazy. It's almost not even running down the glass. There's just a ring and a sheet of whiskey coating the glass. So let's get into it.
We would think it's whiskey. We don't know.
Let's get into it.
This one kind of went up my nose a little bit.
I could see that. Man, that's outstanding. I love that.
It has a faint, it's strong. It has a faint.
It is strong.
Apricot taste. I can get that. But it's very reminiscent of chlorine for me.
Really?
Yeah. Not
the effect.
The effect. Not the flavor, but the effect of like when you get chlorine kind of up your nose and down your throat. That's kind of what this is doing.
I'm loving this.
I don't dislike it, but I might not love it.
So where this took me first sip, other than the fact that it has some oomph on the palate, which I do like. It's oily, it's coating. I went straight up peach rings. Like the sugary peach rings.
Yeah, like the gummy.
That's what this is.
Yeah.
And it's still, everything on the nose transferred over. It's that sugary sweetness, and then it has the woodiness in there balancing it out.
I'm envisioning peach rings, those gummies, just soaked in alcohol. Because there's a very high alcohol. The alcohol is making itself known, where sometimes it's a little bit more in the back burner and you're getting more of the flavors. I feel like this is like alcohol and then peach gummies.
To be fair, this is our first sip of the day.
That is true.
It's not hitting me with a lot of alcohol. This is hitting me very balanced between the sweetness, the woodiness. There's like a depth of flavor there. I definitely need another sip though.
That's fair. I do too.
Let's get back into it.
Yeah, I'm getting more woodiness on the second sip, as
lot more wood.
Tend to do.
Yeah. There's a lot more wood on the back end on the second sip, and I see your alcohol now. I actually didn't get it on the first sip, but I know you're working through it right now. There's a "that's what she said" in there, just waiting.
Oh no, they saw it. I gave them a look. Yeah. They know. You know.
Wow, this is really good, but it's funny the woodiness is just lingering on the finish.
Yeah, on the
so
finish.
Strongly.
Finish for sure.
It's like a clingy, dry woodiness. It's not a dry pour, but the wood isn't like a sweet wood. Not a sweet, I'm going to say oak. I'm assuming it's oak.
I think for me, I would prefer more of like the fruit that's there, the peach gummy ring, like ring fruit that's there. I want more of that and less of the alcohol burn. It's a personal preference. Okay. It's good, but it may not be my what I reach for, you know?
Okay. We're going to put a couple of drops of water in here and see if that changes things. We don't typically like to do that with bourbons or ryes, and I have something in my eyes. So made a little rhyme there.
You're a poet and you didn't know it.
I started spazzing out a little bit because I think I got an eyelash or something in my eye. But We put a little bit of water in here, not typically with bourbons and ryes because we tend to not like that, but we found that with international whiskeys, that little bit of water does change things, oftentimes in interesting ways. Almost never makes it worse, it just makes it different. Sometimes it makes it a lot better.
Yeah.
And since this has some kick to it, it will be interesting to try it with some water.
Might open it up a little.
Yeah, let's get back on the nose.
I think the nose has stayed the same for me. It's still pretty alcohol forward. I'm not getting a lot of the fruit on the nose, just alcohol.
Yeah, this tamed the fruit down to me, which I don't like. I don't like the nose as much with the water. But it is coming across a little bit more balanced. It was more fruit forward on the nose to me, and now it's just kind of coming across. Everything is a little bit more cohesive. Yeah. But I want that fruitiness on the nose that I was getting.
Yeah.
Let's get into the palate.
I don't think this has changed it much for me.
Yeah, it hasn't changed it much, but it tamed the wood down. The wood that's there now isn't so bitter.
I was thinking it kind of brought out the wood more.
Well, I think it makes the wood sweeter on the finish.
Okay, yeah.
The wood that's there on the finish now has gotten sweeter and less dry. It's like it almost is like it got hydrated with a couple of drops of water.
I can see that. Yeah, I can see that.
Man, I like this a lot. This is going to be interesting to rate. We're going to be a house divided here. I'm going to take one more sip. Oh man. Okay, this is gonna be price dependent for me. But where are you at? Where are you at on this?
I'm just okay on this.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I just want more. If it's an international whiskey, I'm wanting a little bit more of the fruit.
The real
fruit forward flavors that I'm looking for when I drink a Scotch or an Irish or something like that.
Right. Not the peach ring sugary candy.
Right.
You want real fruit.
Like a pear or a plum.
You don't want quite as much wood as this has.
Right.
To me, I love this. That's 2 thumbs up to me.
Okay. Wow.
I'm between liking it a lot, a strong thumbs up, and a soft 2 thumbs up. I like this a lot.
This also seems like it's high ABV.
Yeah.
Which is right up your alley.
Yeah, this is more my MO. I like this a lot, but my rating is going to be price contingent, and the way we do things over here is we find out the price first and then see if that influences our ratings before we find out what we're sipping. Again, that way you get the most honest opinion as possible. So let's get into this in our Wildcard sample pool. This is number
24.
24.
Yep.
So the price on this is $130.
I will stay at just okay. Because it's not a bad product. I will say I'm not going to buy it.
Yeah.
But I would get a pour of it at a bar if the price is right at the bar. So it stays at just okay.
Okay. I am going to drop my 2 thumbs up down to just thumbs up because $130 is a lot of money. To me, 2 thumbs up is like, I would love to buy this. I'll buy multiple bottles.
Yeah.
Thumbs up is, I would like to have a bottle of this. I'm happy spending the money for it the one time, and then let me, maybe over the life of the bottle, I might change my mind.
Yeah.
But I do like this a lot, and I would buy this. So let's find out what we're working with here, and it is...
What is it?
This is Found North Batch 3.
Oh.
So this is a Canadian whiskey that on the surface looks like a rye mash bill, but it's not rye because the way Found North does stuff is they mix the 100% distillates. Like they age the rye, they age the corn, they age the malted barley, 100% in each of those, and then they blend it to taste at the end.
Yeah.
So wow, that is stunning. A lot of things make sense now.
And this is very high proof, isn't it? Yeah. Or ABV.
It is. It's like 110, 112.
Okay.
It's like 110, 112.
And so this is, technically international.
Yes.
It is
No, it's international. It's Canadian whiskey.
It's Canadian, but I'm saying it's not a Scotch or an Irish.
Right.
It's a Canadian whiskey. So it's in the family of what flavor profile you can expect to get from something similar to an American whiskey because it's using similar components.
You know what?
So that's why I'm not getting that real fruit flavor.
Right. You know what I was actually thinking this might be?
Yeah.
I was thinking this might land somewhere in the Irish land. Like, that's a weird way of saying that. I thought it reminded me of Irish whiskey a little bit.
It didn't remind me of an Irish whiskey.
But aged Irish whiskey.
Maybe.
So,
I don't know.
We ought to say thanks to Joe and Jess Carter and Bill and Delia Kavanaugh.
Yeah.
They both gave us samples of this.
Yes.
And then we had Nick from Found North on a live stream a while back that you could go and look at and see how they do their process. It's very cool. But we did taste this on that live stream, and it was, for us,
I can't remember
starting with it, it was really good.
I can't remember how because we arranged that flight that we did.
We did, and I can't remember where it landed.
Yeah.
But I will say that you've already seen this on the screen, the whiskey in here is between 17 and 25 years old. So the rye,
whiskey.
There's a rye whiskey in here, 100% rye. There's a 100% corn whiskey in here and a 100% malted barley whiskey in here. So, man, this was a really fascinating.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of stunned. Like, when this happens, we have so many different types of things in our international sipping spirit pool that you really don't know what to expect when you go into it. And our minds kind of think, okay, Scotch and Irish are the predominant things in the pool.
And then we had some rum and we're not expecting it that one time.
Right. Yeah. And that kind of stuck out a little bit when something is that far off. But this isn't that far off. This is very reminiscent. If this popped up in, our head-to-heads or our first sips or something, it wouldn't feel out of character for an American whiskey. Yeah. So if you haven't yet checked out Found North, you probably should. They're doing some very good things.
It's so cool the way they blend their whiskeys. Yeah. It's pretty phenomenal.
Especially if you like cask strength stuff. The price is always Erin's big hang up. So this is where I come in and I buy the bottles. Yeah. But yeah, this was a super fun one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you like what we're doing here, like this video, that helps a ton. And subscribe, because we bring this every Wednesday, these International Sipping Spirit videos. And hit the bell down there if you want to be notified when we do those live streams like we were talking about. Yeah. We do them once a month, and we'd love to have you join us for a pour. Absolutely. And I think that sums it up for today. That's be good to each other, and until next time. Cheers. Wow, that was man. Good. We rolled through that without messing up. I know. That's a rarity. Good job. Well, we're being more loose and free with our bodies and our palates. Me. That's fair. This is good, but I'm not feeling I want this high proof right now. So if you'd like it, you can have it. Oh.